Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, I got some topics for you guys, so without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing that we were going to talk about, but also right off the bat, if this is your first time with System Shock Radio, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Glad that you can make it. But, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, first thing we're going to talk about is kind of a big one. It's something that I'm sure with the trajectory of the MCU was possibly bound to happen at some point, but it finally happened, and that is that the Marvels, which released not too long ago on November 7th, November 7th in Las Vegas, and then November 10th for the rest of the states. Although Las Vegas isn't a state, but you know what I mean. In the United States, that is unfortunately a box office flop. The budget for the movie was about 200 and it's showing two numbers here on the wiki. So 274.8 million for gross budget and 219.8 million for net budget. So I'm guessing that's when some costs were taken off, perhaps. But unfortunately, the box office, which is what we care about, is only 167 million. So, well underneath their budget. So Marvel definitely lost money on this movie. So for those of you who maybe have heard the term box office flop and don't really know what it means, or box office bomb, box office disappointment, anything like that, and you aren't quite sure what it means, it's essentially for a movie to make profits, it essentially has to break even, which means it's about it grosses about, if I'm not mistaken, 20% of its 20% of its over 20%, I should say, of its, or her 2.5% over or of its budget. Yes. So let's see if I can pull up the exact number or so. We also have the wiki here, and sure doesn't show the exact number, but pretty much it has to make a certain amount more over. I think it's about double and then some of its budget, if I'm not mistaken. Don't fully quote me on that. Sadly, it shows my lack of experience with that. But sadly, the Marvels did not do that, and some people will see it as perhaps an even bigger sign of the MCU's decline. Now, admittedly, doing a video on the decline of the MCU, what's ruining the MCU, stuff like that, has kind of been something that's in the back of my mind, and I definitely do want to make a video on it in the near future. But I feel like I want to get caught up with all the Marvel movies first, at least within the MCU, to determine what truly is causing this. Is it a lack of quality? Is it burnout? Because the MCU has been running for quite a while now, about 15 years. Is it burnout? Is it burnout? Is it quality? Is it a combination? Is it something else entirely? I want to really analyze it and talk about it. And I feel like without having been caught up on all the movies yet, I finished, of course, the Infinity Saga. I reviewed them all on the channel, which I made into a compilation video, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no, I didn't do it for the Infinity Saga because by the time I started reviewing stuff, I was on Captain Marvel, and that was pretty much like towards the end of the Infinity Saga. But yes, but I did do a retrospective of the Infinity Saga at least. So I watched the Infinity Saga, and I've watched a couple of the movies in the Multiverse Saga, that being Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, but I'm not fully caught up, so I want to do that before I make that video. But if that is a video you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments. The next thing that we are going to talk about is the Game Awards. The Video Game Awards is coming up on December 7th, and, so put your votes in now. What will be Game of the Year? And there's several categories for the Game Awards, or that being official in name is the Game Awards. But there's also an ulterior interest on my part. Right, if you're into like the Spyro community on Twitter, then you've seen people speculating whether or not we'll actually get a teaser for Spyro the Dragon, which it wouldn't be uncommon for the Game Awards. Some stuff does from time to time get revealed at the Game Awards. Some things get trailers or teasers, stuff like that. For example, in 2018, in late 2018 at the Game Awards, that's when we got our first teaser and everything for Mortal Kombat 11, and people are anxiously awaiting whether or not we will get an official teaser for Spyro the Dragon. Will they announce Spyro 4? Spyro the Dragon and some of his friends are coming to Crash Team Rumble. Well, some are already there, but Spyro and his friends are coming to Crash Team Rumble. Also, there's that, but people are wondering, will we actually see Spyro content at the Game Awards? I haven't watched the Game Awards ever, or like the official ceremony and everything, and I know this year has caught some flack for some of its nominees. He's especially in the Game of the Year category, but there are some contenders in there, such as Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Wonder. But we'll see if anything gets announced or teased while at the Game Awards. But whether or not I'll actually watch them, I'm not entirely sure yet, but we will see. But the next thing that we're going to talk about is that what's hitting the rumor mill is that MJF has already quietly re-signed with AEW. So MJF at the time of this recording, at least, is currently still with AEW, who is AEW World Champion, in fact. But there was speculation whether he will stay with AEW or go to WWE, perhaps, when his contract runs up in 2024. Looks like he's going to be staying for the time being. Now, granted, we kind of saw this coming, only because when it comes to MJF, the amount of creative freedom that he and pretty much all the wrestlers have within AEW, who some people felt it'd be foolish for him to leave. The fact that he's currently AEW World Champion, and seems to lend credence to the idea that MJF isn't going anywhere. And I speculated before MJF might not go anywhere. In fact, I did a video about it a little while ago on the channel, so if you haven't already, go check out that video. But yeah, I kind of figured MJF probably wouldn't go anywhere, would stay with AEW for the time being. Will he show up in WWE someday? Possibly. Who's to really say? Time will tell. But for now, it looks like MJF might be staying with AEW. So I wonder now what they're going to do with him going forward. I imagine he's not quite done with his AEW World Championship reign yet, especially with guys like Samoa Joe and Wardlow breathing down his neck. But yeah, so MJF looks like if those rumors are true, who will be staying with AEW for the time being. But the next thing we're going to talk about is that tonight is Survivor Series, and what a road it's been to Survivor Series. So we got a decent card here. Granted, this is only a 5-match card, at least from the wiki here. This is the matches that we have. But it's some stuff of interest, and there's a major thing of interest that we definitely will talk about, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna go and do our predictions, and of course predict the match of the night, which I just realized before I recorded, I forgot to do for Full Gear what I predicted what would be match of the night for that, but we will definitely do our predictions here at least, and do match of the night predictions as well. So starting, and of course, as with all these events, this is just the order that they're listed on the wiki. It doesn't mean they'll be the actual order that they'll have it on the show. So things may be moved around and stuff. But first we have the Intercontinental Championship match, as Gunther will defend against The Miz. I don't think the Miz is walking out champion, but it will be interesting nevertheless. Gunther and the Miz have kind of been going at it. Miz even turning face. He's being somewhat convincing of it against Gunther, or but I don't think the Miz is winning here, but it should still be an interesting match, especially with Miz being the veteran, at least in WWE. Seeing how he'll be able to work around the size and the strength of the Ring General, but I don't think Gunther is dropping the Intercontinental Championship anytime soon. Although I wouldn't necessarily be mad at another Miz Intercontinental Championship run, I don't think he's dropping it anytime soon. Is Gunther, so I'm gonna go with Gunther on this one. Then next up, for the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley will be defending against Zoe Stark. Alright, so Zoe Stark won the Battle Royal a few weeks ago on Raw to get this opportunity, and so she'll be battling against Rhea Ripley. I don't think Rhea Ripley is going to drop the title just yet, but this will also be an interesting showcase for Zoe Stark. Kind of similar vein to what they did with Roman Reigns and LA Knight at Crown Jewel, where even with Zoe Stark not quite getting the win, her looking perhaps impressive against Rhea Ripley, but I don't think Rhea Ripley's going to drop the title just yet. But then next up is the Men's Wargames match, as Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, his main event Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and the Viper Randy Orton, who will be returning to the side of mainly Cody Rhodes, but the other guys in the match as well, will be going against the Judgment Day, that being Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dirty Dom Mysterio, and JD McDonough, as well as their new kind of associate, Drew McIntyre. Yes, that's right. Drew McIntyre fully completed his heel turn, cost Cody and Jay the tag titles against the Judgment Day. Granted, the Judgment Day were champions, but Cody and Jay were competing for the title. You know what I mean. But yeah, so Drew McIntyre is fully turned heel, fully snapped, and will be joining the Judgment Day in War Games action. And meanwhile, Cody Rhodes, which continues to speedrun every pay-per-view he missed while on injury last year. He's going in with friends and enemies and old friends, at least in the case of Randy Orton. And it was interesting that they didn't quite show Randy Orton on Raw. Cody Rhodes pretty much did everything to confirm it was Randy Orton, and then they confirmed it through WWE and their W.com and social media channels and stuff like that, without really stating it was Randy Orton. But was there any doubt? Like, once we knew Fifth Man, yeah, Randy Orton, but Randy Orton's first match back is going to be a War Games match, which was interesting. But people are wondering, will it be a bait and switch for CM Punk? Yes, as I might as well address it because I'm sure you guys are waiting for me to talk about it. Will CM Punk appear at the show? Will he show up? What will he do? Some people speculate he might show up at the end of this match. Who knows? But as for who I think is going to win, and this could go either way. The good guys walking out victorious, or the Judgment Day standing tall. Well, I think CM Punk coming out to confront the Judgment Day would make a little more sense with the whole heel versus face dynamic. But I think I might go with Team Rhodes. Going over against the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day really, he could use the win here, and you know what? I'm gonna be bold. I think I'm gonna go with Judgment Day on this one. And something's telling me go with the Judgment Day. It'll be nice for Randy to come back, and they probably wouldn't want him to lose on his return, but this would be a big win for the Judgment Day. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Judgment Day on this one. Then next up, Dragon Lee will go up against Santos Escobar. Yes, Santos Escobar is heel again. He turned on Rey Mysterio. It was originally supposed to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar, but Carlito was taken out with an arm injury. At least in kayfabe. So instead, Dragon Lee will be competing against Santos Escobar. Dragon Lee's definitely been impressive on SmackDown, and now it's getting some pay-per-view time / premium live event time, which is really cool. Excuse me, but I don't think he's gonna beat Santos Escobar here. excuse me, but Santos Escobar getting a lot of momentum, getting this huge singles momentum as a heel, perhaps next in line, perhaps to Roman, in since Roman's taking some time off, but yeah, so I think this one might go to Santos Escobar, but it will still be this. This will still be a pretty interesting and fun match. I am definitely sure. But man, they are definitely also pushing Dragon Lee. He on the main roster. Definitely love to see it. But and lastly, this is the women's War Games match as Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch look to stand against Damage Control. That being Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Right off the bat, kind of interesting that the men's is a 5-on-5, but the women's is a 4-on-4. I think that's kind of interesting. But I imagine this is maybe a failsafe if either because Dakota Kai can't compete, or maybe at the last minute they'll add in two other people, one on each side. Maybe Jade Cargill, one of them. Who knows? But as for this one. The major story with this one is the potential turn and tension between Bayley and Kairi Sane. Of course, Kairi Sane returned at Crown Jewel, and her and Bayley has some history, but Io Sky's kind of been like the bridge, the liaison between Kairi Sane and Bayley. He kind of saying, hey, you know what? We'll bring them together. Water under the bridge. Everything's all hunky dory, but that might not be the case. People have been speculating whether or not there will be a turn for Damage Control, at least turning on Bayley, kicking her out, especially now that Asuka is in the mix. So we will have to wait and see. But I think this one might go to Damage Control. Something telling me give this one to Damage Control, set up the turn, or perhaps them losing sets up the turn. But we'll see. But yeah, I think I might go with Damage Control on this one, especially because they won last year. They won last year, so never mind. But yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Damage Control. Yeah. Something's telling me to stick with Damage Control, so we will see. But yeah, that is Survivor Series. Let me know if you guys are excited for the card. This will be an interesting card. What will be match of the night? It's honestly, for me, it's probably going to be either between Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar, Gunther versus The Miz, or the men's War Games match. I'm sure every match will be good to great, but I think those three matches will definitely stand out. For different reasons. Seeing The Miz try to overcome the ring general, Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar just being a lot of fun, and the men's War Games match being some awesome carnage, especially with a potential CM Punk return. Not saying he's definitely going to be there. In fact, some talent was told he wasn't going to be there. But people pointed out they did the same thing with Cody, and well, look how that turned out. And it's crazy that Cody is in this match, but then was also supposed to be part of the first Blood and Guts match, which was supposed to be like War Games, but that didn't really come to fruition until much later in AEW's lifespan. But he's going to be here. And then some returning superstars who were at War Games last year who will be in again this year, such as Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. But yeah, so this will be interesting. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win? And do you think Survivor Series War Games is going to be interesting? I definitely believe so. And honestly, this will be an interesting card with or without. Alright, so quick hit there. But yeah, I think this will be an interesting card even with or without CM Punk. Like, even without the possibility of CM Punk return, I think this will still be a very interesting card. But then the last thing that I wanted to talk about before we get out of here is Thanksgiving. So yes, Thanksgiving was on Thursday. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you spent a lot of time with your family and friends. Whether you did a traditional Thanksgiving, whether you did whether you did Friendsgiving, and whether you did both, or even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. And I wanted to wish you guys a happy holidays. And I know, I kind of did it on Tales of the Labyrinth as well, but it bears repeating here. Just wishing you all happy, safe holidays, especially as we move into the Christmas season, which now you can put the Christmas trees up. I hope you had a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving, and remember to be thankful for all of your loved ones, and really spend time and enjoy each other, or friends, family, friends who became family. Just wishing you all a very safe and wonderful holiday season. When If you had Thanksgiving on Thursday, or just throughout the holidays, just wishing you all a very safe and awesome holiday. Hey, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And if you don't celebrate, then also wishing you happy holidays, and just spending time with your family, and enjoying each other and enjoying each other's company. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on everything I talked about in this episode, and your reaction to everything, and and who you think is going to win at the Game Awards, and who you think is going to win at Survivor Series. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.